Anyways, since the story about David went so well, I decided to give some more stories about places I've worked. This one is about my time in security, current job but not current place. Be me 22, working security for the local Walmart. Since I was the new guy, they gave me the graveyard shift. Boss gave me camera duty since the only people going to the store during those hours are new parents or druggies. Notice the time was almost 3 a.m. when a very tall and skinny man comes in. Almost looks like a basketball player. See, he's looking for someone to help him, probably just one of those new parents looking for formula. No one helps him for what seems like 30 minutes. Decide to just go help him myself since no one was going to. Not like I had anything else going on. Go down to the aisle he was in and I can't find him. Go to the greeter, this slightly older woman named Angie. Angie, did you see this tall dude come in? Angie looks at me with a weird look. No one's come in since I started my shift over an hour ago, she says. Tell her I saw the dude on the cameras looking for someone to help him. Again she stares at me weirdly. The only door open is the one I'm at, dear. Perhaps you've just been up a bit too long. Yeah, you're probably right, I told her and decided to just go back to my station. Go back to the cameras and notice the man isn't there anymore. As in he fudging vanished. Not a trace he ever existed. Think rationally for a second that he maybe either found what he needed or left entirely. I just didn't see him because it was a long walk from his aisle to my station, so whatever. Think nothing of it and decide to go back to my usual of watching videos and drinking the cruddy coffee someone always made for the overnight shift. At about 3:30 I notice a familiar sight. The tall man came back. Wait, what the fudge? This time he's in a completely different part of the store. A section he could not get to without me at least noticing him walk by. Not even Angie seemed to notice. Not even Ronald the cashier noticed. No one seemed to notice this man walk into this store. Man again seems to be looking for something. This time he grabs something off the shelf and begins to inspect it. Just a box of cereal, nothing more, nothing less. Man seemingly gets frustrated and begins to hit himself with the box. What the fudge is he doing? No, this is where I'm supposed to jump in, so I run to his aisle to stop him. Man sees me. I ask, hey, you okay, bud? You need some help? Yes, he said, I need food for my child. This food, it is not suitable for my baby. Okay, I can help you to the baby food section, okay? Just don't hit yourself anymore, alright? The man nods to me and we begin to walk towards the baby aisle. My walkie-talkie goes off and it's Ronald calling me. Hey Anon, can you help me with this stacking? I think I threw my back out. Ronald, can it wait? I'm with a special customer, I whisper to him. Ronald, being even more new than I, didn't seem to understand what that meant. Man, my back feels like it broke. Roll my eyes and look back at the man. Knowing I was making a huge mistake, I told the man if I could have him wait for me for just a moment to help a colleague. The man then sits down on the floor and says I can wait. Weird, but whatever. I go help Ronald and like fudging clockwork the man is gone. God damn it, I knew I shouldn't have left this guy alone. Look around the store. Can't find him. Go check the baby section and nothing. Maybe it means he just left. I let out a sigh of exasperation. Decide to just go back again to my boring station. If he was dangerous, he would have hurt someone by now. Get back to my station, almost 4 a.m. now and my shift ends at 6. Night was not very eventful all in all, I thought. Just as I say that, the man once again pops up on my screen. Okay, what the fudge? I decide this time not to even wait for him to do something and just go to him. He was in the electronics section now. and as I got up to begin my long walk over to his section, I saw it. He wasn't looking at anything in the section at all. He was looking at the camera. No. He was looking at me. I know it sounds stupid, but the way he stared at the camera, I just knew he wasn't just staring at the ether, he was looking straight at me. Okay, this is officially stopped being an uneventful night. I go to the electronics and meet the man again. Hey, did you find what you need? Yes, my baby is well fed now. Okay, good. Do you need anything else? Blue man. He called me as such because, well, I was wearing blue. Do you watch me? How? Taken back by his question. Do you watch me from there? From the orb in the sky? You mean the security cameras? Yes, well, as part of my job I actually do have to keep an eye on the whole store to make sure you and the other customers are safe. Why do you watch me, Blue man? Well, I don't just watch you specifically. Are you with them, Blue man? With who? The men who see through black lenses. Who? The men who see through black lenses. They see me, they watch me, they follow me. You mean like people wearing sunglasses? Yes, black lenses. They are always following me, always watching me, for my child. At this point I was going to call for a loony bin transport, but then the man continued. The men who see through black lenses want my child, Blue man. And why do they want your baby, sir? At this point I just indulged in his ramblings in hope to just walk him out of the store. He said that his child and in fact him were not from this planet but another planet far from ours. My planet is not very special, Blue man, but we have secrets that are not to be known by your planet. Like what? The man looked at me. Blue man, if I tell you, you too will have men with black lenses looking for you. I'll take my chances, I jokingly said, but the man obviously took this very seriously. Blue man, I shall trust you. I knew this guy was insane, but for some reason I was kind of excited to hear these secrets. Blue man, do you know of your moon? Yes. It is not your moon. My people gave it to you. We allowed for gravity to be given to you. Through our transportation methods and advanced science we're able to make an artificial moon for you. So you may be able to stabilize your evolution. You mean, like, you guys were ancient aliens? Yes, we are the ones you speak of in legend and folklore. We have traveled to help other species, other races, to evolve from primitive beings to what you are today. Humoring him still, I ask, okay, why would your people go through so much trouble to get my people out of their primitive stages? To prepare you for the Great Awakening, the Great Truth. The what? The Great Awakening, Blue man, the time where all truth, all secrets, all legends, are to be revealed to the universe, to all living life forms, to give them a higher sense of self. Okay, but that doesn't answer why you need to advance us at a higher rate than what would naturally occur. Because those species that are too primitive will either die from shock or be so enraged at the great truth that they will kill each other in wars. At this point I just decide to lead him towards the door and hopefully he lets me and the store be. The man begins to tell me one last secret. Blue man, remember the men who wear black lenses will one day come for you. You already know too much, too far into the depths. He says he needs to give me something but can't seem to find it. I tell him that it's okay and to just go before he attracts the men who wear black lenses. He says he will be back once he finds the item he needs to give me. He says the item will protect me from the man, will show them I'm not a part of his race but a hopeless bystander. I nod politely and let him be on his way. I tell him if I see any black lenses I'll be sure to tell him. The man doesn't come back that night and I don't see him for what seems like an eternity. After that, even though I myself didn't believe his story, can't lie when I said I did notice a lot of black sunglasses around during the time. Feel all around uneasy, but I just chalk it all up to that weird sensation your mind has when you slightly consider something to be true even though you know that there is no possible way it is. Fast forward about a month later. I'm no longer the new guy, but I request to be put on a night shift since it's not only easier on my already messed up sleep schedule, but it also is just way easier to deal with than having crazy rednecks or Mexican moms to deal with in a daytime. Just sitting around until about 3 a.m. rolls by. A familiar sight I haven't seen in a long time decided to stroll in. The tall skinny man comes back. Oh fudge, here we go again. Decide to go greet him since I think he would remember me and be able to talk him down again. I got to his aisle where I notice he seems even more frantic. Blue man. I have the item for your safety. I tell to keep it and make sure to give it to me some other time. He looks visibly distraught. Blumman, please, you must let me give you this. I tell him that he'll take the gift once I go help another customer. In reality, I just went to go call some local sheriff to take him to a ward, since it was obvious this man was fudging crazy. The whole walk over there I could feel his gaze, his presence. Shake it off as nerves. What was I nervous of? Hell if I know. I just was. As I get to the camera room and grab my phone to dial up the sheriff, I noticed something that made my skin crawl. The man wasn't there. It made me feel so damn anxious. I don't know why since he's vanished before, but this time it felt so much more eerie. I shake it off and begin to dial the number until I heard a voice behind me. Blue man. I fudging froze. I just full-on stopped consciously moving. Hell, it felt like my soul had just left my body out of fear. I turned to see this tall skinny man in the security room, with me. This tiny room with a man who I was sure was insane. I was sure he was going to kill me. Blue man, I must give you this. Here, take it. It will protect you. I notice a small white card. Nothing on it but the word sleep. Show it to the men who wear black lenses. They will never bother you again once you see this. I must go now. My child is restless and it is time for us to go home. My mission to evaluate this planet is done. He then bends over and I see it. A fudging carrier. There is no way he has something in there, right? Then I hear small noises coming from the carrier. My heart nearly burst out of my body. Holy shit, is this guy real? Is that an actual baby? Where the fudge did he get it? Is it his? Did he kidnap it? As I say that, the man runs off and I never see him again, not even in the fudging cameras. He once again just vanishes. As soon as I can move, I call the sheriff and tell him to get the fudge down here quick. After I gave my report, nothing seemingly came of it. No one has ever seen that man before or after. I even asked the sheriff if there were any reports of children missing in the area. Sheriff was a friend of my mother's and he didn't mind telling me that as far as he knows no one has reported any child missing, especially not a baby. As I said, no one has seen the man after, but from what has been told to me it's almost like until a month ago he never existed. I don't believe anything he told me that day, but for some reason it still shakes me, the way he spoke with such certainty. The fact he almost recited all of this from memory without ever once missing a beat. The car that I have tried researching and found nothing on, the fudging carrier with something in it. All of this shit, I can't fudging shake it. I have been in the middle of an armed robbery during the night shift. I have seen hobos fight to the death in front of the store. But nothing has ever once come close to the sheer level of anxiety and uneasiness that man gave me. Pick is the card he gave me. I still keep it in my wallet as proof that night happened.